Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I was just going to be showing you my OBS setup and how I stream and how I record PC gameplay as well as PlayStation 4 gameplay. Okay, so let's get to the main point, and it's going to be setting up OBS. First things first, I go into the settings. There wasn't a whole lot of things that I changed in here. It's very little tweaks that I kind of made to just make it work better for my PC. It all depends on, the capabilities of your PC and how it can run and everything. If you are using an Elgato Game Capture, it makes things a lot easier because you don't have to worry about lag coming through the PC or the game console that you're actually streaming through. So it just makes it so much easier to get pure recordings of 60 FPS without ever seeing any frame drops or anything like that. Unless your PC can't even handle the game that you're playing, then that's a different story. You're not going to get 60 FPS at that point. Just starting with the first thing, general, I didn't touch anything. That's all default. Stream is where we get started. So I stream to YouTube. So this all depends on where you want to stream. You can change it to whatever the hell you want. There's a lot of different things. You could stream it everywhere. The stream key, you get that from your actual live stream feed thing. It's towards the bottom. It's all the way at the bottom of the list. You see you got your server, and you don't need the server. You need the stream key. So you just want to reveal that, and then you copy that, paste it into the OBS right there. Boop. And you're good to go. From there, it's just gonna, as soon as you press your, start streaming, it's gonna start streaming whatever's on your screen. So what I usually do is I have keybinds. So I set my keybinds for each individual thing that I usually use. Like, let's say, for example, for starting the stream, I press F9. And then for stopping the stream, I press F10. So I put it for those keys just because I don't ever touch those keys. So it makes it easy for me to just like launch the stream and shut it off. So I'll usually put the game up over the top of the screen, and then I'll press F9, and then I go ahead and start talking. That's pretty much how I start my streams. Ending the stream is the same way. You just press, I have it set for F10, I press F10 and shut it off. If you want to shut off webcams and things, you can also set that too, which is really cool. You can also set it to like pop up the PlayStation 4 stuff or whatever console you're using. You can set it up for that. It's really nice. The second part that's really important is output. So in the output screen, I have it set for 6500 bit rate. This all is determined by how much your resolution is, like how high you're going to be running it, whether or not you're going to be doing 30 FPS videos or you're going to be doing 60 FPS videos. So this all has to determine on that. Let me show you the website and where to find all that. So if you Google YouTube bitrate, you'll end up getting to this page. So in the live encoders, you got to figure out which one you're going to actually be doing. I do 720p 60 FPS. This is what I do. So that's why you see the bit rate is as low as 2250, which I wouldn't recommend because it's probably going to end up looking all like pixelated, and yeah, it won't be fun. It won't be fun for your viewers to watch. 6000 is the maximum. I put it up to 6500 just to have a little extra kink to it, because otherwise if you put it exactly 6000, you will have times during the stream that it will end up looking pixelated. And to avoid the pixelation thing, 6500 is probably your best bet. So you want to make sure that your upload speed of your internet access is like at least 10 or higher, because if you land up only having like an upload of 6, then it's not going to help you, and you're going to land up, your stream is going to lag its ass off the entire time. So make sure that your internet is good enough to be able to handle high uploads like this. Audio bit rate, I left at 160. The most important thing is encoder. So this, it starts as default as software. Get it out of software. What you want to run it into is the hardware, which is your actual graphics card in your computer. Because if you don't run it through your graphics card, you're going to see lag. You're going to see a lot of lag. And it all depends also on your computer and how fast your graphics card is. If you get a decent graphics card, you can actually do you can stream off of here, you can play your games, and you won't even see any loss in quality or anything, which is awesome. The graphics card that I'm running, let me see what it is, I don't remember. I'm running the GeForce GTX 1050. So this is a super cheap card you can get now. It's probably like $100, $150 or something, as of this video at least. So super cheap. You can just go ahead and just get that, and it actually runs really well. I run pretty much every freaking game I could possibly imagine. I got The Witcher 3, I got Space Lords, I run City Heroes like all the time. You always see me playing City Heroes. That's pretty much it. Like, City Heroes is old as shit, so that's the best thing about that game, is that I can run it on high settings and not have to worry about the game being laggy or anything. So it's nice. It's nice. So anyway, as long as you have a good graphics card, definitely put hardware, because that's gonna help you so much. And then also putting in your recording. So you're gonna put where your path is gonna be, where it's gonna be sent to. I send it to my second drive. I don't like sending anything to my main drive, because my main drive is always full all the goddamn time. So wow, all right, it actually got 14 gigabytes now. Usually it's down to like 5 gigabytes. I don't know why it just keeps dropping and rapidly going back up. I think it has to do with when I start editing videos, but I don't understand. As far as audio, you wanna pick up a decent microphone. Like, if you don't have a decent microphone, at least get like a little plug and play USB thing, whatever. If you have to use a headset, use a headset. Whatever you got, use it as your main thing. Just make sure that you focus on using only one microphone, because if you're running a webcam, then you're gonna end up running into issues as far as like both audios coming on at the same time, you know? So if you're just gonna start getting into streaming, I would definitely recommend that you like really look into your audio, making sure everything is mixed right, because if you don't mix right, then all your audio is going to be all screwed up. As far as video settings, I run 1280 720p. So this is what I do on my actual computer. Whenever I'm editing, I would like bump up the screen rate to, you know, 1080p, so I can be able to like, you know, navigate windows easier. But I set it for 60 FPS 1080p, and I just leave the cubic thing, because I don't know, I just left it alone. I didn't even touch it, so works like that. But advanced settings, I didn't touch anything in here. Everything's default, but that's it. That's pretty much it. It's very simple, nothing too crazy. So stream, you want to make sure you have the stream stuff. Output, you want to make sure you're on hardware and have a nice bit rate on there. And then for video, you want to make sure that you're on the right resolution that you're trying to achieve. To record the PS4, I'm using Elgato Game Capture. Yeah, my freaking desk is super dusty, so just ignore that for a second. I didn't realize how dusty it was until I put the light on. Oh my god, this is terrible. But I use the Elgato Game Capture. This is the 30 FPS one, so this is not the 60, which there's two different versions. You can get the 60 or you can get the 30. It's up to you on which one you want to do. I'm using the 30, which you can still get 60 FPS if you actually set your PlayStation to a different, you set it down to 720p, you can actually get 60 FPS in it, which that's going to be a different video. I'll go into detail on how to set all that stuff up in another video. But as far as just PC gameplay, which is majority of what I do on my streaming and recording, using this little cheapy microphone right here. Not the best microphone in the world. I got it for like 15 bucks or something, but it works really, really well. And I got the little stand, you know, I got my Reese's Pieces ready for action whenever I need it. And I'm using this interface. Is a Behringer. Super cheapy too. It was like $20 or $30. It's the Euphoria. I'll leave all the links in the description of all these things that I got here. That way, in case you're interested in actually getting these things. This is the webcam that I use. Is a Logitech. It's the HD 1080p, which I don't understand why it says 1080p. When I try to make it 1080p, it doesn't do it. I just haven't really gave it a chance. So whatever, it is what it is. This is the one that I use. I got it for about $30. So then, as far as actual OBS stuff, I have 3 different scenes that I use. So I have, let me enable it so I can actually see what's going on. So there is I have the webcam, hey, webcam. And then I have the PS4 one, which I go into the PS4, but this is the Elgato Game Capture. So if I turn on the PlayStation, it will start loading up PlayStation stuff right now. It's saying no signal because Elgato's sitting there waiting for video to feed. And then I have a scene 2, which is just webcam, which I don't ever use this because it's just, I don't know what it is with this webcam, but it doesn't ever put like 1080p like full. You see how it's like cutting out the side of the screen? I don't understand why it does that shit. So that's pretty much it with that. So mainly on the PC, this is what I usually stand, and then I'll put my green screen in the back, which let me just set it up so you guys can see like a little bit of what it's set up like. So that's it. I pretty much just put it behind me like this. I put on these lights, which I got these lights off of Amazon. I'll also link this in the description so you can see if you're interested in actually getting one of these. But I got these lights, so put these lights on. If the light basically just dims out the background, so you can be able to see better. So that's it. You see? Webcam. Oh shit, what does that look like? What is that in there? I'm trying to see like what happens if it's green screen on green screen action. Oh man, we're going into a vortex. So as far as the audio goes on here, you know, on these sources, this is where you have your setup as far as like PC. Then you can put your webcam on and everything. So you can shut it off, put it on, shut off the background. But I mean, you don't want to do that because then you're not going to have anything to record. And then you're going to have like your scenes in here. So do you see the webcam? I put that on mute because I don't want to hear the background of the actual webcam, because the webcam has a microphone of its own built in. So you don't want that to be running while you're doing this. So you shut that off. The main microphone that I'm using right now, this one, I have that going. I set up little scenes to it because what the purpose, what you really want to do is keep your audio at, you see how it's yellow right now, yellow jumping into the red a little bit. If you keep it right there, it's like perfect. If you're always capping like this all the time, then you're probably going to hear a lot of background noise. So you don't want to do that too much. So I have it balanced pretty well so that you guys can hear me decently without it being too loud or too low. You know, so another thing that I like in here is you can go into filters. So if you click on the little gearbox filters, you got these right here. So I'm running a compressor and I'm running a noise gate. This is something you want to be careful with, because if you run the noise gate too high, it'll end up getting to the point where you could be whispering and then all of a sudden it doesn't get your voice, you know? So this is something you really have to just play with. Like as you're doing it, you can also look at the bar and below, like on the bottom, and then actually like gauge it like that. Compressor is, you can use this to raise your voice more. So to basically just gain a little bit more volume out of it also. So this works really well. I like the compressor. I just put it up, whatever. Don't worry about, like, you're not trying to sing a song into your microphone, so don't get all technical trying to get all these crazy settings in here, filters. Like, just make it as simple as possible. Just make it so that your viewers can actually hear you clearly without, you know, struggling to hear like background noise and whatever else, you know. So that's the main purpose when you're actually streaming, is to make sure that your viewers can hear you. Also, desktop audio. You see we have desktop audio right there. Let me see if I could play a sound or something without getting copywritten instantly. So I was gonna play a song, but I don't even know if I want to do that. Actually, I got a uncopyrighted song. Let me see. So I'll play one of my songs. Where's my freaking music? Here we go. I got one of my songs that I made. So if I get copyright on my own song, I gotta have to check some shit. All right, so you see there goes the sound in the back, but let me lower the sound to my TV, because that's something that you got to watch out too. So if you have sound coming out of your TV as well, you want to be careful with that, because you don't want to land up like getting the feedback into your microphone. So I put usually I don't wear headphones. I don't really care to wear headphones unless I'm like in some like epic shit and I need to hear my teammates and stuff. Like I usually don't do that, you know. I'd rather just like be chilling with no headphones. So I put the volume very low on the TV so that it doesn't get feedback. And then on top of that, so once you start getting, you know, audio coming through, you see you want to measure this out so that it's not too loud. Right now it's probably really loud, so I'm gonna lower it a little bit. Usually at 40 is a nice sweet point, because basically right now you can hear the music in the back, but it's not overbearing. You know what I mean? So if you keep it like in between the green, I like keeping it, you see where the green is just like barely touching the yellow. That's like perfect right there. So you can be able to hear the game in the back, and then you can be able to do this. Depending on your settings and stuff, like if you're gonna be running Discord, which for some reason Discord, like you'll bump up the volume to 200% for people, and you still can't hear them. Like you still can't hear you. I'm still struggling. So what I did to fix that is I would bump up the audio to about like -25 right here, and it helps. Like it definitely helps being able to hear anything. But you also have to take into account the actual audio in the video game. Okay, so you have to lower the volume of the video game, otherwise the video game volume is going to be louder than the people in Discord, and yeah, it's not going to be fun. So pretty much a good way to gauge this is to wear headphones, listen to it, and then just kind of figure out where the sweet spot is in your actual head, you know, so you can listen to it. It's all about mixing. Like I make music and stuff, so I'm just into this whole field of, like, you know, mixing audio and stuff. So it really is something that you have to take into account also on making YouTube videos. It's the same thing. You really have to mix your levels right, because if you don't, everything's gonna be all over the place, and it's just not gonna be cool for your listener, and they're just gonna be like, you know what, screw this guy, I'm not gonna watch this video, screw that. So yeah, anyway, I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.